What is going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well. Another Saturday night. I'm doing okay. Sorry I had to start a little late. We can blame Mrs. Rabbit for that. She was hungry. If you've been with somebody long enough, or if you have a certain someone in your life, you'll know that when they're hungry, sometimes you must concede. So, yep. The things we do for love, right? All right, let's put that over there. That should be fine. Oh my goodness. So, here we are, standing before my ore refinery, and you know what that means. Probably don't, but okay. I had mentioned before that I had a problem, that I always had more strontium than titanium. So a little while back on stream, we flew out there with our cargo container, and we hit strontium or Titanium Island, and we filled that bad boy up. We got it as much as we could because we still had to transport a buggy back. Buggy back. So we filled it with as much as we could. And then we brought it back, which solved our problem of not having enough titanium to mix with the strontium. But then we started realizing that we had other problems that had just been created from our massive amount of resources. Problem number one was we had no storage space to take it out of that cargo container up there and put it down here. What I like to do is, like, here I have carbon ore. Well, let's go over here. So this is going to be copper. Yeah, copper ore storage, right? There's a tiny little bit of copper ore I have. And then right below it is whatever that ore makes. I don't know why we're getting ready to shoot things, but whatever. But yeah, so I have the ore, and then right below that's the ingot. And here we have iron, which makes the iron ingots. Now it gets a little crazy because you need iron ingots and carbon to make steel ingots. So the carbon is right above that. Then we go back to aluminum ore for aluminum ingots. Then we have to get crazy because we need jasmium for duraluminum. Over here is my plastanium situation. So we have a strontium mass and a titanium ore storage, and then I had to fill it with something, so this is just plastanium storage. Finished ingots, even though there's a whole bunch. Once you get to the end game, you're going to need more of those than anything else. I mean, you'll still need cobalt paste, you'll still need silicone blocks, you'll need a lot of melange too. There's a ship crashing outside. They've never hit. I've actually been hit by those coming down. I didn't film it. It was like, dude, seriously. But I always wondered if one of them things is going to hit my base or not. They usually end up in open sand, so. But I've seen some that have come kind of close. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. So when I came back, obviously we didn't have enough space in this one box for an entire cargo container full of ore. So I kind of cheated, and what I ended up doing was I ended up putting it in the boxes where the finished ingots are supposed to go, because eventually I'm going to take it out of there and make it an ingot and put it back. So in my head it worked. And we also do have an overflow box here, which is a very big box. That's in case we make too much of something and it fills up the inventory of the machine. So it automatically puts it over here. That's why the circuits are different. But anywho, so this is how much of that titanium ore we still have left. And as you can see, it's not that much. It's only about 2,700. We went through a lot. What do we get for it? Well, box number one for plastanium, completely full. We can only put 3,500 in. It's a shame to only use 7 out of 100 slots, but the volume is what we really needed. And box number two is also full. Fancy boy. Box number 3's only got 146, and that's where it ended. Box number 4 ain't got nothing in it. So I can, process more. But I can't. I had a whole bunch. I had way bunches. I got 2. This is where the strontium mass is. I actually have a box for fiber upstairs because that's where the chemical refinery is. We'll go up here and look at it. Boop, sitting right there. And in these boxes over here, because it's just kind of a temporary thing, I was able to just use this. And as you can see, we've got none. So I have completely used up all of the strontium fiber and strontium masses that I had. But we got it made. We got 2 completely full boxes. So technically, if I go do that again and get strontium and titanium, we could fill up everything. And then I don't have to go back out there. But that's kind of bittersweet, you know, when you complete a task, completely fill something up. I tend not to do that because now it's a task that I don't need to do anymore. The end goal would be to have completely full boxes of ingots, finished material, and then fill up the ores so that if I ever have to make more, if I end up using that stuff, then I'd be able to just pop it out there. But it looks like I need to go get both of these materials if I want to continue to do that. And filling these up took a whole cargo container full, so there's no reason to think it wouldn't take the same. We're not that full right here. I mean, it is red, but... So, that's something on the horizon. But that also created another problem. Not just the space, which we were able to get around just by kind of temporarily putting it in there. It created a water problem. For the longest time, I had like around 1.5 million in water. And it does not take that machine long when you're making plastanium ingots, especially in bulk, to completely waste your water supply, which I did. So I needed to figure out how am I going to do the water supply a little better so that in the future this doesn't happen again. Well, the first thing we did was now we're at 2 million. It's actually 94 because of machines, but we've got roughly 2 million in water. Most of it's over here. This little wing here. This used to just be these guys along the top. We've added these in here. We'll put a couple extra in some other places. But I think we may just continue this along. I've got a bit of an issue with that. Let me bring up this. Because when we try to make a storage box or anything, you'll see that it's 104 out of 150. There is a storage limit based depending on the size of your base. And we got really close. I've actually went through and deleted some extra boxes I didn't need, some that I'd made and was like, I really don't need this. Why do I still have this, etc. I was at 137. And we got us back down to 100, and then we added a couple other things. So I've got some breathing room. If I want, I could pop another... what do I need? If I'm at 2 million, if I wanted to get like 2.5, I'd need 5 more of the big ones. We definitely have room along the floor here. And that would only take me to about 110. I'm good with that. So we added more of those. I did not increase... I don't have any roof space to increase wind traps. So we kind of got stuck there. So I had to look at alternate means. And the options I had were I could start harvesting water from plants, which I didn't want to do. It's a little bit of timing / labor intensive. So what I ended up doing was this little room here that had nothing but water tanks in it. It's got some other stuff in it now. And here we've got this. So I didn't add any more water tanks over here. There's still the same line going across it. But we have done a combination of blood processing, something I hadn't done in forevers, and bodies. As far as the bodies go, it's pretty simple. You just fill the box up full of them, throw them in there whenever you need water. And I have 4 right now. Hi, kitty. My goal is to put another 4 in here and then finish it out. This box here is also completely full of bodies. And I still have the 2 up top. I think the 2 up top are going to come down here, and I'm going to repurpose that room. Jack, mate, how are you? Doing good. How are you? Um, but yeah, sorry, I'm reading the messages here. There's people talking and but yeah, anyway, so I had the boxes of bodies. Now, I wasn't real big on doing the blood stuff. The blood stuff worked as that intermediary step between um, pulling it from flowers and then using the death still. And I kind of ignored it for a good while. But under, I believe it's crafting or it might be gathering. Which one is it? It makes sense to be more gathering. Yeah. The third trait you get in the gathering tree is this extanguation. If I'm saying it right, extanguination, extangiation, this. Increased blood harvest from corpses, right? So blood extraction yield 100%. Now, it adds an extra step in gathering like the corpses for your death stills, which is the route most people go. I don't understand it because the blood is part of making a corpse into water, and if I take a bunch of that out and stick it in another machine, I feel like the death still should be less efficient. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this out loud because Funcom might hear me and be like, dude, this guy's right. This would be the thing they listen to me on, for God's sakes. But I'm already out there. I'm already picking up a corpse and sticking it into storage and then bringing it back here to make water of it. Why not just add a quick extra step in that to get more? So what we did was we built, I initially started out with just a couple. I think I had the 4. These are the improved ones. And each one of these guys can hold 24 milliliters of blood that it processes into water. Excuse me, I'm so excited, I'm choking on my own spit. But then I ended up doing 6. And the reason for that is because, without getting too crazy, I just made the massive blood sacks. They can hold 24,000, the same amount that can go into those machines. And what I'll do is I'll go kill a bad guy, and I have just a scrap blood extractor Mark 6 that I picked out of a chest somewhere, just a box. It was already half damaged because it was loot laying on the ground, so I didn't make this. I already had it laying around. I hit him with the old extractor, drops it into there, and then I pick the body up, put it in the storage, and fly them both back together. The thing about the blood is now it's way more efficient. That 100% increase from the master trait makes makes it pretty easy to fill these things up real quick. Now, I only made 5 of these. I could make another one, and I think I will, but I had these guys sitting in a box as well. So each one of these is 24, and these are 9. So what I would do is I would take all 5 of these and 3 of these. And that gave me enough to fill up all those machines just off the bodies that I'm collecting. So it works out pretty well. The only problem is, and that's what this box is called, blood scavenging. I got to drop a bunch of equipment and stuff because these things are heavy. Look at this, 16 volume each. These are 8. It's better to have the 16s because you're going to get 24,000 capacity versus 9,000 capacity, which means 18,000 capacity for the same amount of volume. There is a research item. Oh, I gotta get out of this menu first. Let's find it right here. It's the Baron's Blood Bag. I have 2 of them that I could make. I haven't made one of them yet. The reason that's cool is it's just the same thing, but it's 16 volume, the same as a large or a massive, but it holds 30,000 instead of 24, so it's an extra 6. That's cool. And I'll probably make these, but I didn't know if I really wanted to do it or if this was something that was just going to get the momentary lapse and get that clear. So I didn't want to commit too much to it. But we'll probably make these if we're going to do it for real. But it's really quick, really easy, and that is how we were able to not only produce what we did, but to recover as quickly as we did. This worked out real well and kind of opened the door for us. I wasn't that big on having this many things. I've seen posts and forums and Discord things where people talk about, oh yeah, I can have 6 million in water and I've got 10 death stills. And I was like, dude, what do you need all that for? But, you know, you want to make some big batches of stuff. I also don't want to commit so hard that I've got like 12 of these things laying on the ground here. And then I'm not, like, I'll fill up my queues and I don't need to make anything anymore. It used to be a lot more sensible, but now that we can just pull out our backup gun and recover a lost vehicle, that was the biggest hit as far as materials would go. Replacing vehicles that got destroyed, especially if you lost like a crawler or something, you know, big things. Or if you get like your assault doctor gets killed or whatever, you know. But you can just recover them now, 15% loss. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of I'm going to eventually make the other 4. We also had to do, we also had to put a second spice fuel generator in this base in order to keep up with the power supply, the power demand. Because if you look at this, each one of these suckers, takes up 350. So these 4 are brand new. So that's what, 1400 power just in these guys alone. And these aren't bad. They're only 35. I made 6 of them, so they're like another 3-ish. We'll say 4 just to be safe. That's a lot of power. So we had to, we used our overrun and we had to up this a little bit. This used to be 37, now it's 47. And when everything's up and running and moving, we get really close. So what I still do, one of the easiest ways to save power is if you're not actively producing water out of these things, shut them down. It gets kind of dangerous too, because when, like, you look at that power requirement, I'm still not in that good a shape, because if I have to use these, I need water. And if I need water, I bet I've used water, which means all 6 units on the roof at 100 and some each, they just kicked on as well. So gets up there. We might have to do a 3rd spice generator if we put more of these in. But the point of it is we had a problem. We just didn't have enough titanium. So then we went out and we got titanium. Then we came back and realized that we had another problem where we didn't have enough storage. But we kind of moved things around and put things in temporary spots. Didn't have to make too many big official changes, and it worked. But then we didn't have enough water. So we had to find ways to get more water, open up a new thing in the game that we're doing. It's an old thing, but using some new skills, which was a good change. And made use of some empty space, dead space in the base, which is great. It's always good for that. But we were able to kind of change things up and get ourselves in what I feel is a little more stable and a little better position. So going forward, if the same kind of situation happens again, be all right. That's what you do here. Still some stuff I need to move and change and take some things. This thing here, I don't really need that box there, and there used to be 2 here, now there's only 1. Still some stuff I can make some changes to. But let's talk about part 2 of tonight's discussion. And that is Landsraad stuff. Oh boy, exciting. It's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. So here's me. I've only got 6,000 voting powers, just me and my little guild. I'm all alone, but that's okay. We have 6,000 voting power. I didn't really do a whole lot of this over the course of this last week. So I kind of left things slagging. In fact, I've got 23 missions available right now that I could turn into points. But these guys have been extremely efficient, so there's not too many options left. We've already won because we have the straight line here and a straight line there, and the Harkos aren't trying again this week. I don't think it should have been a two-party system, you know. I should have put some more houses in here and let people be a little more expansive. Although, to be honest, it probably just turned into Harry Potter, where everybody just wants to be Gryffindor. It's kind of what's going on right now. But yeah. So when things are kind of like this, we've already won. I don't know how much these people have, but I know these are guilds with a lot of members, so I'm sure they're the reason why this is all done. My little 6,000 voting power ain't gonna make a difference. I'll still vote for something because it's what I'm supposed to do. But yeah, I'm not a directing force here. There's just no way I can be. I'm only going to get a certain number of missions every week, just like everybody else. And if there's a group of 10, you can just outrun me like you wouldn't believe. But so I get to be completely and 100% selfish about what I do. And I was looking through here. When you're in that position, when things are already won and you're not really going to have an effect on any kind of outcomes, you get to do that. I normally don't try. You got a PC again? What's up, Chopper? You disappeared for a little bit. I didn't want to say anything, but I was glad to see you back the other day. Got PC again? So awesome. Congrats. Hope there wasn't a problem. Didn't need to get her fixed. I had another friend who had to send their unit away because they were having issues, but it seems like everything's okay now, so it's good. But yeah, so what you want to do then is, I don't really need to focus on the houses, the minor ones that are still open. We've already won. And like I said, that's not going to do it. So I started checking out the rewards here and what you get from each house for the missions you do. And again, I'm still working on combat, and I'm looking here and I'm like, precision rangefinders, maybe. Looking here, advanced machinery, but it's not that hard to get. I don't really use the gun parts. Don't need the pants. Looking at this, couldn't see a use for any of that stuff. Looking here, I have a lot of fluid efficient pumps already. Gun parts, it's the same from the last one. I mean, how many guns can I use? And finally, we have cope, improved Holtzman actuators, and irradiated cores. So I'm like, God, I don't need anything from the combat houses this week, which kind of, but is what it is. So I started looking at everybody else, and I want to point out House Waku because they grabbed my interest real quick. At 10,500 with albatross wings. That's just an upgraded, unique set of wings that you put on your scout ornithopter. It says that it makes them go faster, but it kind of sacrifices... it makes you go faster, but it sacrifices mobility. So let's go down here. I'm thinking about putting a thing in this base to where, like, you know how they have the trap doors or whatever, the things, just to have one of those that goes all the way down for when I want to go to the bottom. I could just use the steps, but we got crazy. Okay, so if we go to ornithopters, and you'll see here I've already got a set of albatross wings ready to roll. If we go to a lady, so if you look here, under a regular scout wing, 1500 armor, glide speed's 180, 10 and 10 as far as turning radius and agility, okay? If we go back up here to the albatross wings, glide speed's still 180. turning rating is 8 and agility is 9. I don't understand what it's doing for me. I can see that my turn rating and agility ratings, I get that. And in experience, I've seen what it kind of does as far as like being able to turn, being able to move, etc. But the glide speeds don't increase. These unique Thopter wings are designed for speed, but they limit maneuverability. I'm not picking up speed. 180 on a regular wing versus
Sector weather alert. A large sand
180. I mean, I don't see where I'm winning. The turn rating and the agility are definitely questioned. So I guess the question I'd have would be, is this just a visual problem where there's something wrong with the albatross wings and they don't show? So maybe we need to test that. There is a set of special wings for the assault as well. Let's look at this. 160, 5, and 4. Here we've got 160, 7, and 6. Now these are hummingbird wings. They're designed to turn faster, but they sacrifice some speed. Doesn't say that though. It's also weird because it says this is a strafe type wing, whereas this one is a normal type wing. I don't know what the actual difference is. I need to do some testing. It sacrifices speed for agility. I get that. 7 and 6 versus 5 and 4. So yeah, it goes up 2. But that one says 160 for the speed, and this one's 160 for speed. There's some good old maintenance. Good thing, man. Good thing. But it's purple. So in my dumb little head, purple means better. But yeah, I noticed here that I can get another set of albatross wings, so I want to do it. Unfortunately, though, I need 10,500 points, and I only have 1,000 racked up for them. And it is in the gathering category, where I have been focusing heavily on combat. And then also House Wallach, which is right here, has a Sandcrawler engine Mark 6. The Sandcrawler engine Mark 6 goes faster. Luckily, we're standing right in front of the machine that would tell us all the information about it. So here we have a regular engine. Speed is 60. And where is a Walker? Walker. Speed is 80. So here we're actually seeing a big difference. There are two ways to use a crawler. You can either keep the speed between like 8 and 10 kilometers per hour, which gives you a more thorough harvest, like a vacuum. So it does a better job without having to go over twice. Or you could just floor it, go forward, and then go back over your thing, run over your thing twice. I don't know how you're winning in either way, because if I go slower but only have to do it once, it is almost the same as going faster but having to do it twice. I like to just point it and go full speed, because keeping it between 8 and 10 kilometers per hour on your speed means that I'm looking at my speedometer often, or I'm sitting here tap 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 in order to keep that speed going. From what I understand, anybody that has a controller can control that much better, so they just barely push forward and it goes nice and slow, and it makes sense. I don't have a controller hooked up to this PC, so we use the keyboard. Maybe I should get a controller just for harvesting. But for me, this is great. And as it says on here, every second on the sand counts. So I can make one of these already. Love to be able to make more than one. And that leads us to our final observation, which is this guy right here. Just House Rishish. These guys. At the 10,500 mark again, we are at a Bloodshot Buggy Engine Mark 6. What does that do? Same thing as the other ones, guys. It's all based on speed. So here we look at our buggy, and you've got your regular engine, and this acceleration is medium, speed is 90. But if you go back up to the Bloodshot, the speed is 80. So it's 1 less, 10 less, 90 versus 80. But the acceleration is fast. If let's put this in the concept of like driving a vehicle, since I mean it's a buggy, you're driving along. If you're going from point A to point B and all you got to do is go, it's better to have a more overall speed than acceleration. It might take you a little longer to get to top speed, but once you do, if your top speed's more over distance, you'll overtake something that's faster but a little slower. Yeah, they got a little jump on you, but then you'll slowly watch them coming back, and then you pass them. For the most part, in buggies, it's a lot of stop and go. So you're driving around, and then you see something, you go over, you stop, you pick it up, hit it, and you drive. The acceleration is going to be better for me personally, and I want to try it out. I can make one already. I haven't put it on the buggy yet, but now I have a chance to get a second one. So that would be cool. But yes, we have one Bloodshot buggy engine. We have a ton of Hummingbird wings. And we've got one set of Albatross wings. And we can make one Walker engine. I do have some other Walker engines in another spot, and they're not accessible through the normal machines. They're kind of like a reserve thing. So between the three, the Walker is the one that I want to focus less on. Unfortunately, I've got 2,000 points already into it. For this, there's no half mark, so I've got to do 10 missions to get a set of Albatross wings, and I have to do 10 missions here. 11, I'm sorry, because I've got nothing, so I got to do 11 in order to get the 10,500, 11,000 points. 10 plus 11 is 21. And I got 23. So I could do both of them right now. We got, what, 2 days before Coriolis Storm wipes everything and we get another whole week. And we lose the ability to pull that third item. But I'm going to get 10. I think I'll be able to do it. I think tomorrow I'll get another 5 for the Sunday set, and then there'll be the Monday set. I should be able to pull all 3 of the rewards that I want to get. But what we have to focus on right now are 2 things. Number 1, we got to get that 0 to 11,000, which means we got to do, surprisingly, a whole bunch of sabotage missions. I don't care about sabotage. It doesn't bother me at all. And I don't need to have, sorry, these are only going to apply to my skill XP. I'll still get these points if I don't have any of these. I just don't like doing them when I'm not getting the XP for it. Just crafted, gathered, and went after bases and camps for over an hour and left. You guys? I mean, crafting and gathering, bro. That's what we do here. Let me get this off. It's starting to hurt. So, okay. But like I was saying, I don't need this number. This is just for skill XP. This is totally separate. After this number hits 0, I can still do this. Also, when you accept a mission, if you don't claim the reward, it doesn't use that. So it's not that big of a deal. If I really, really want to, I could get everything on the board just by doing the Landsraad contributions, but that's insanity. I don't want to do that. So we're going to focus on, we're going to be focusing on House Waku and House Wallach, even though the Walker engine wasn't that important. And then once we burn through those points, we'll be dumping it in to try to get that Bloodshot buggy. You can still get personal contribution points. It just doesn't make the 70,000 go up. And it doesn't add to this once a house is claimed. We'll be all right. So I want to use these guys for the missions I have, and then we'll focus someplace else. I don't see anything else on here that really was like, oh man, I got to get one of those. This one, House Wydris, is awesome. An incredibly awesome one. I don't know if you need sabotage points, but if you've got 11, we'll say 14 missions to do between now and reset, this is definitely a good one to do because you get a Taro Cutter, which is awesome. It allows you for duraluminum, in a duraluminum stage, make something that can cut titanium really good. Some people still use the Taro after they get to the point where they can make like a Mark 6 one. And the compact compactor is one of my favorite tools. If I didn't already have quite a few of both of those, I would have knocked that sucker out. That's a good one to do. But for me, we're going to get our crafting up. Now, where are we on skills? So we're level 54 crafting. Would like to get that up higher so that the stuff I make doesn't break as much. I mean, it's still got a plus 54 on it, which is pretty good. I've been dealing with baseline equipment. Fighting other players is where this usually comes into hand, where you want this number real high. Also, for vehicles, for fighting other players, and then anything that you're going to take into a overland testing station, the big ones, where you could set your own difficulties, because you might be dying and then you're taking some durability losses, which ain't good. But yeah, it'd be nice to have this number much higher. There are some good skills in here. Augment costs go down. The schematic recovery, I'd like to get this. I've been saving any kind of thing that required a schematic before I break it, just in case I might get the schematic back for it, which would be kind of cool. But you know, the durability losses and the jackpots, they are good stuff. There's decent things in here. But yeah, 54. We're only 29 in gathering. Mixed feelings about gathering. It's nice to get the extra yields. But a lot of this stuff I don't normally care about. But I do care about level 58, which means I could fit twice as many corpses into the boxes I have right now. Unfortunately, I'm at 29. So I got 30 levels. That's something that maybe come July we'll be talking about. Maybe. Double XP weekend. Come on, guys. That's the one that I'm really looking for in there. Exploration is still awesome because of the extra volume and all the vehicle fuel and heat dissipations you get. But at level 50, like once you hit level 50 or so, you're in pretty good shape. It doesn't become so much of an issue. If you need more volume than this, and I have more volume than this, I got the extra 54%. Once you get to a certain point, you're just being greedy, you know. Bring a vehicle with some space, or go back home for a second. You're almost to the point, once you hit 50%, you're almost at the point where you're like, dude, I got more stuff than I can go through. It's creating a problem when you do get back home. So I would definitely say get to 50-ish. But then again, anything you get in exploration is helpful, especially if you're going to be doing deep desert stuff for the heat dissipation, your fuel, and your speed boosts. 20 is almost a requirement. The reason I say that is because 20 will give you a 15% speed increase. That's very helpful. My combat, we topped out at 93. We're almost 94. I really care about this, the max stamina increase, so the next level is going to be really important, but to be honest, after that, it's just flexing. At 93%, damage increase and 46, I'm already rocking the high numbers. They're good. They're good enough. If this doesn't help me get it done, I probably shouldn't have been doing it in the first place. I can go toe to toe with people in the deep desert if I choose to go PvP, and it helps with the testing stations. They're still a little wonky. You get to those higher levels and the boss can one-shot you, and that's just no fun. And then, of course, level 14 was sabotage because I just don't respect that skill tree. I'm so sorry. I just don't. And no one's shown me I'm wrong. Yeah, headshot damage is nice, but I don't know. I wonder, though, does this damage to staggered targets add to your combat? So if I'm at 150 and this thing is going to go up, let's say I get to 100, I'll have a plus 50% damage. Will that also do combat? So am I actually rocking 150 if they're staggered? That'd be kind of wicked. Build up your character, set your skills so that you can stagger everything and just wipe the board clean. But anywho, I digress. So we're going to go back to our missions, and we are going to, again, focus on here. And we might go ahead and just do these to get the Bloodshot Buggy engine and just not claim them, because I don't really want to put points into sabotage just yet. But this opens up all sorts of new missions that we stopped doing. I've been focusing so heavily on combat. I actually took missions that took me to the Broodworks, and I started doing the decapitation strike anyway. And I'm like, why am I not getting the indicators for this? I actually killed the sergeant and went to go get his code for the little thing. And I'm like, hello, why aren't you? And I was like, oh my God, because I don't have that mission. So it's almost like there's brand new content for me to do. Let's see. We didn't mind doing crafting. And like I said, crafting is not one of the two options. We're looking more for gathering and exploration. So under gathering, testing station 24, testing station 89, and then Simpo. I really don't want to do the testing station missions just because it takes so much time. If I do them, I'm going to do them at like level 1 just to get through it. I'm not looking for too much of a challenge. Exploration has a nice set because this is Fremen Finds, which goes good with Smuggler's Run. We can do Sabotage aboard the Taiki. Love that. Need to go there. I'm not real thrilled with the open fire operation, but at least it's better than the mission where you got the ground cars. That's terrible. I'm not sure where that one is. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take this Sabotage. That's going to be exploration. We'll go ahead and accept it. And House Wallach. And there's nothing in Sabotage. Oh, look at that. Sabotage is going to take us to the wreck of the Taiki. Steal specialized cargo from the Taiki and set House Mortani and House Ikaz at each other's throats. It's perfect. Taiki was carrying very valuable cargo. So we've actually got 3 missions. One in a skill that, I mean, we're close enough, so it'll be great. My gosh, I just did a fully decked out character in the PTR. It's a lot of fun playing at max level. Best gear. Hell yeah, it is. Wish you could bring it over, though. I'm going to bring up 3 missions for the Taiki. I love doing that. Love being able to just knock things out in that way. But unfortunately, it's not going to bring us any of these options. So we could do Ghosts of Simpo. But we're going to do a Taiki mission. And since it's combat, it really doesn't matter. I'll just do Mikarol. It'll be fine. And then this In the Shadows is Taiki. Which one was it? Is it you? House Rashish, yes. So we'll take In the Shadows. Now, if you want to do it for a specific house and you can't remember which one it was, like I know Wallach and Wydris, I didn't remember Rashish. So you just go back to the menu, and if you click on the house, once you see that, yeah, Bloodshot Buggy Engine, and we'll take In the Shadows and we'll accept. So there we are. Tres Misiones. All in the same spot. We need a radiation suit, which we have, and the will and desire and determination to succeed, which I believe we have as well. Although I would say that the wreck of the Taiki has made me sad because the big patch of plant fibers is gone. I can't properly adjust the scaling of testing stations. Thank God they got rid of the ginormous patch. You could pull like 400 and something, almost 500. Plant fibers from that little patch alone. Thank God they got rid of that, right? Game breaking right there. I'm being mean, but you know, it's good that they, you know, if they fix things that have no intention of being that way or it wasn't supposed to. And I get that that was probably a pretty easy fix where you just went in and, you know, the number said 25 and you turned it down to 5. So it was a quick and easy fix, and it's a win, but come on. Right now, my Philadelphia Flyers are playing. Last time I checked, they were leading the Hurricanes, but the Hurricanes have a 3-0 series in the lead. Hurricanes win one more, and they move on. Not looking good for the Flyers. I don't think their season's going to end tonight, but I don't think they're going to win Game 5 if they win tonight. That's how sports teams go. You'll notice I put the radiation suit on before I headed out. You don't have to. When you land at the wreck of the Taiki, even though it's full of radiation, it's not where you land. So, I would definitely advise putting it on before you start doing crazy stuff. Although I don't want to put any points into... sorry, saw something on my screen there. I realize what it is now, but we're sitting here in this mission. I'm like, dude, did it break? Can you see it? Oh, you could. Up in the top corner was some of the topography, and I thought it was a crack in the screen because I'm an idiot. But yeah, anyway. I don't have to accept the mission that's going to be for the sabotage, which is this In the Shadows one. I could just not accept it as far as claiming it with the specialty stuff. But I got to be honest, it's not that big of a deal. A whole lot of points to get out there. I'll be fine. So, we'll just collect everything. Turn our shield on, put our personal light. Pull out the old Halleck's pick and let's get going. I do love back to the, because I wasn't doing it since I was oh, come on. Since I was focusing so much on combat. Only 2 missions in combat are in the same area. Hi. What you doing up there? Okay, that sideways run kind of messed with me. Yep, she's dead now. I am unhappy about the amount of sensor blasts that the bad guys, the NPCs, do. It's ridiculous. Especially if you get a couple of them in a little group attacking you. Yay, we need those. Dude, it's like that's all that happens. It's just sensor blast after sensor blast after sensor blast. So it's been a while, like I said, since I've done the triple missions in here. So I gotta remember exactly what I'm supposed to be going and doing. I know that room right there is one of them, so let's go up here. We'll kill this guy. Oh, I was hoping to get there first. Oh, imagine that, a sensor blast. We got to kill him, so we could take this. And open up this door. Oh, this field. And I think we do you, right? That one doesn't have anything, so. Yeah, it's alright, I guess. Hey, 10 of those, I'll take them. Still a lot of good stuff in this ship. 7. That made up for the... See, your little buddy here knows how to do it. You blow. Let's see, 82 and 124. So it's starting to come back to me, but the In the Shadows is not a mission I've done very often. So we're gonna have to.
There's someone here.
Dude, I was so excited about the potential of getting a double stab there, but no, you had to punch me. All right, they're dead now. I just have a flamethrower. Normally it's... Nope, we're stuck on a wall. Okay. Oop, sorry. 12. Awesome. That's going to keep those generators running. And we, unfortunately, made some extra generators. So we definitely need those. I'm wondering if this leads... Yeah, that goes all the way to the back. I don't normally go all the way to the back, so... It's going to be kind of a new experience for me. Boop. 11. Take that. Hi. Nicely done, dude. Didn't do it twice, though. That's where you screwed up. I'm not even sure where the dang cargo bay is, you know? Let's just check everything. There's no indicator telling me I have to go in here. But normally that would be lit up if it was. There is nothing in here except killing our radiation, which is good. It's going to take a while to get used to these mission layout. Alright, radiation's down. Find the cargo bay. The cargo bay is in the same place where we have to make that fancy little generator.
Who goes there?
Identify yourself.
You know, these guys are really good at shooting me in the dark. I know I have a light on, but if I don't have that light on, they're still really good at shooting me. Alright, there should be another guy over there.
Someone here. Your water is mine.
Access granted.
Access granted. Alright, so that's the cargo bay, but I think we need to get some crystals first for the other mission. So let's go ahead and do that. No, it doesn't look like we needed that, or I just got all of them. What are we doing here? The heart of the matter. Enabled emergency. Sabotage. Yeah, we don't have to do that. I guess that is a combat mission, or it's somebody else. Okay, well. I'll take the Jasmine anyway. Alright, so we're in the cargo. And we gotta break this box open. Go away. Thanks. Okay, there's that. Now we gotta retrieve the cargo manifest, which is somewhere else. This is gonna bring some more bad guys. Let's just deal with this. Okay. There's a guy over there, isn't there? There's one down there for sure, but we're going to open up this chest. Maybe don't say it when you do it, dude. Yeah, that guy taking extra shots. Nice. Wonder what's all the way back there. You know what? We're just going to drive on, folks. It's the worst that could happen. We have to backtrack. Oh, no. Everybody fell down. 7. Alright, well this is the farthest point back, so... Got you, got that, and got that. I'll take those. We have to come over here and talk to this machine. And that has now finished up that mission. So the only thing left to do is to head out. But, looks like we got to backtrack. Fine, take it. Come on. And there's another chest over here. Since this overland location, the wreck of the Taiki, I have not gone to Shoal at all. Alright, so we've got something 75 that way. Unfortunately, finishing off that mission has opened up a whole bunch of other options. There are things that are popping open, like my next thing is to exit, so it highlights all the exits. 36. Looks like I should have broken this door when I was here. We will remember that for later, huh? What's in here? If I wasn't in here gathering materials and stuff like that, I might have been a little upset about wandering. Also, our radiation's going down, which means we can spend more time. Alright. Retrieve the passenger manifests. Okay, well, that's way far away. Let's bring up the missions. So this one is done, right? All we gotta do is exit. This one, all we gotta do is exit. So the sabotage one, good, okay. So this is the only one. Retrieve the passenger manifest. It's the last thing we gotta do. And that's the one we're tracking. So oh, that's neat. That's actually 200. Something on the outside. That's where we need to go.
I see someone.
Oh, hi. I didn't know you were in here. Okay, where were we? Oh, it's in this room. Okay. Man, we really should have done the other missions before we ran all the way to the back end of the ship. You? We'll call it a win. I was actually in here at some point? I don't know what to say about that. A little upset. Okay, check it again, right? Sabotage. Exit the wreck is our next step. Heart of the matter. Exit the wreck, and in the shadows. Exit the wreck. Good to go, folks. Let's get on out of Dodge. That's 3 missions down. Wasn't too hard. And we got quite a bit of materials as well. Could do more, but... Yep. Okay. So right over there, folks, we can have a moment of silence for what used to be awesome. There used to be enough here to get like 450 to 480 plant fibers just from this patch alone. And now there's only 5. Yeah, there's these 4 here, but they were always there. This used to just be covered. And now it's all gone. So we have to resort back to the old ways of getting our plant fibers. That is a Aga Basin South route. I did a video on that before. Like I said, I'm not going to freak out about... My performance is more than adequate. Okay. Look at that. We hit 94. We were at 93, so sweet. So this was the one for sabotage. I don't have to claim it, and then I won't get that, but that already happened. But not gonna argue. I need to put points in there eventually. And we got some exploration stuff. So there we go. So that's pretty cool. 3. Oh no, not done. That's 3 missions. K and G. So yep, look at this. We hit 94. 95 is as high as I honestly care to go. I'd like to get that extra stamina boost, and then the rest of it's just icing on top. But the big thing about this is we went up, what? Now we're at 3,000 for the walker. We finally got 1,000 points on the board here. And we didn't move up any here because we did some house mickerel. And look, now we got 7,000 voting power. We are fancy. And that puts us where? 20. Key. So for crafting, we can do Smuggler's Run, which is good. But crafting's not one of our options. We need gathering and we need exploration. Looks like we're going to head to Simpo, huh? This wasn't a bad mission. Maybe. Since we're going to be going to survey Simpo, which we will accept on behalf of House Wallach, might as well throw a combat one in there as well. Like I said, we hit 95, we'll be happy. And a gathering mission that we can do with the Doom of Simpo. Like getting the 3 done. And there's House Waku. Boom. So there we are. Like I said before, the best I could get with combat, focusing so heavily on combat, and I mean, dude, there were times where I put an entire week's worth of points into just combat. The most you'll get in combat is there are 2 missions, the False Flag Strike and the Signal one are both combat on the Blushing Cavern. Otherwise, it's bouncing all over the place. So focusing so heavily, I just spent a lot of time running around. It's kind of nice to be able to go to one place and accomplish 3 missions all in the same area and then go to the next one. The issue, though, is I don't know anything about them. I know the Ghost of Simpo. I can get that thing done instantaneously. But we're going to be adding in a new setup, so we got to figure these things out. And since we don't need the radiation suit anymore, let's go ahead and put our big boy pants on. There we are. Weapons are good. Clothes. We're not dying of heat anymore. Good time to do that. Let's go ahead and replace this with... we use the toilet paper rolls because life's not getting too crazy on us right now. Good time to heal up. Make sure the water levels are topped off. Everything's great. Now we'll head to Simpo. I have to step away. I noticed that I don't see the gifts from other players laying around on the ground anymore. That's interesting. I guess they fixed that issue too. Christ, come on, man. Guys are sucking all the fun out of things. Boop, going right in there. Look at this. Guy in a sand bike, thopters everywhere. Wish that would actually happen. I guess we did another one. Alright, so I know where the ghost one is. I guess we'll just act as though we're doing that one. Oh, I forgot to examine the drag marks. My headset unplugged there for a little bit, sounding all weird. I don't know how far along, though. This one takes me. I think what we'll do is we'll get to the point where we got to go kill the ghost, which is very close. There. Love when those guys do that, like 16 swings. Like, dude, calm yourself down. Hello? Oh. Man, it was a horrible spread, wasn't it? Okay, so... I'm already in the ruins. What are we talking about here? Alright, so it's 115. Let's just make it happen. Examine the unexploded ordnance. The sleek missile was fired during the fall of Simpo, but for some reason remains unexploded. Probably shouldn't be this close to it, right? Figure out which direction it came from. This was fired from an emplacement overlooking the ruins from the western cliff. Over there. Where my marker's telling me to go. Oh, come on, man. I don't think I've ever been up here. I bet it came from that. Yeah, I've never been up here. Hello. Hello, new place. Content drop. Oh, hi.
Some hostile. I need reinforcements.
Don't worry about it. You're too late. Where'd you go?
I got you covered.
Sir? Oh, you're real. I know that the guys that have like the white glow are the fake ones, but I don't pay that much of attention to. Oh, hi.
Someone's here.
That's so tough when your friend's not in range, huh? That's what you get for throwing stuff. Okay. What am I supposed to be doing? Since I've never been up here, I guess we should interact, right? Oh, that's what we need. Find the central gun overlooking. I guess it's through here where we just came. Oh my gosh, look at this thing. Holy cow. I found it, I think. No, I guess I didn't. I guess this isn't the gun I'm... It's not the gun I'm looking for. Come on, man. Stuck on a handrail? For God's sakes. Alright, let's fly through the air. I guess this is the gun we're looking for, huh? Oh, I see you. Reach the ordnance vault. It's pretty extensive to just leave, you know? Man, they mined the crap out of this place, didn't they? Recover the ordnance manifest. Probably here with this flashing light. Okay, this gun was cool for this mission was cool for a little while. That guy? I don't think I'm supposed to be here, am I? Can we not do that, please? Can we not do that, please? There we go. Thanks. You know what? Apparently I just want to stick to walls today. Okay, how do I get in here now? Okay, this is fun. I don't know how to. And I really want to stick to things today. Wow. No, this doesn't help me, does it? Why is this here? Usually when you see one of these things, this is the reason, or this is the way you're supposed to be going. Boy, I hope there's not a armband that I was supposed to get in the last place that I didn't. Okay, let's start doing this a little more thorough. These doors are closed, and I can't get in. And that way doesn't let me go in. And I can't get in here because that's blocked. No. What am I missing here? Did I break it? I will admit, I'm a tad bit confused here. Okay, so we came in here. I don't see anything that's gonna let these doors open. There are bad guys in there, so they got in there somehow. Hey, how did you get in here? And it doesn't say anything other than reach the command room. My icon is telling me I have to go in here. Can I turn this gun around? That would definitely get us into the command room. Can't reach through the wall. I don't think I can cut array any of this stuff. Doesn't look like it'll let me. Nope. Okay. What in the hell am I not seeing? Oh, let me in. Let me in. Okay. Did we breaks it? Okay, I feel like this has to do something, right? Because it's the only one that's open. Yep. It's just off to the side. Okay. Didn't we see bad guys in here? Or is that on another level? Oh, I think it was on a different level. Oh no, they're there. Did you see what that guy tried to do? Recover the fire orders. Where are they? I'll probably need that later, right? Recover the fire orders. Okay. Thank you, weird-ass mission that I've never done before that I was kind of excited about and then not. We're almost done with that one, so let's go ahead and set this one to track. Locate the missing scouts. Guarantee you I should have done that a long time ago, but it's what it is. At least being up in the air like this, we can fly quite a long distance. Oh, there you guys are. Modified survey. So I got the probes. Sorry about your luck, guys. In the archives, huh? Drop this way. Why walk when you can fly? We got a little hung up there, didn't we? I remember this. Why don't they ever carry these bodies away? Like, that's the big thing. Like, normally you carry everything away. Nothing's supposed to go to waste on this planet. Landed on the wrong side. Uh-oh.
Eyes on enemy.
Got 5 XP for killing a hologram. How did I hurt myself if I did that?
I see up there. We're under attack. Where is
Damn. One hell of a hologram. Bye. Oh, goodbye. What's in here? Needs iridium. That should be it, right? There we go. All right, one more thing to do, and that is to go kill the ghost. We know where he is. He is all the way up there, so unfortunately, not sure the... Oh. Okay. I know a good way to grab this, though. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. It'll work, though. We'll make it work.
identify yourself.
Just me. Hey, buddy. Bye. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and go now. And that's all 3. So it could have definitely gone faster if we had a little more familiarity with it. But now that we know, and we didn't spend so much time because we just went too quickly and walked past a obviously open door. Also, those scouts, I think, are pretty close to where we're at right now. Where we start from. So it probably would have been a good idea to grab them right out of the gate. I'm Max. That's me. Still Max. And then finally the last one. Let's cancel that for right now, and we'll take a look at how things are going. We'll wait for that to refresh. Although I think, look at that, 4,000, so we're only 7 away from there. 2,000, so we haven't been doing this enough. Fortunately, we're putting points in here that we don't need. And we're still only 1,000 there. Not doing so good. But we still got plenty of time, 17. If we really want to, we can focus on just doing nothing but enough to get either one of these done. This is Samplot's Fortress. These are testing stations. This one you just kind of run around and gather things. It's not too difficult, but like I said, we don't want to be going everywhere that's crazy. Race against time. Open fire. So everything else is be running around, folks. The Broodworks. So at least we got 2 missions that are taking us to the Broodworks. That's good. And then this one, we'll kind of hold on to it. If we really want to, we could do this. Oh, it's a shame we do that. Okay, I know what we're going to do. We're going to go do this. Because this is at the Blushing Caverns. We do the one at the Blushing Caverns. And once we have finished that, we can pick up Decapitation Strike because it's in the same area. We'll get some points. Even though we don't need them in combat, it'll be okay. Worst things that happen. Get to that 95 and we'll completely ignore this. But then that'll give us 3 things that are in the Broodworks. Which is pretty nice. I don't think... Oh yeah, we got plenty. We need like 450 points or so to get that. So that'll be good. That'll be alright. Alright. So we're going to take Open Fire. We'll do it. And then probably, like I said, we'll go ahead and just knock out False Flag Strike because we're there. We're so there. And then we can do the Decapitation Strike, clear off all 3 of them, and that'll probably end our night. Ka-chow. Ka-chow. It would be better to, like I said, have both of those loaded. If I'd have seen it before I started clicking buttons, we'd have chosen both of these. But it's really not bad. The False Flag Strike is the one where you got to go steal the part from the one person and then go kill the group, leave it, and make it look like they killed each other. I don't know why, because you just killed all of them, but whatever. That's actually a pretty quick and easy mission. This one here isn't so bad. This is where we got to go up to that exact same area. There is a catch. And I've had this happen before. Let's say we do this Open Fire mission. The first thing we've got to do is go up to the first camp and grab a note that says, oh yeah, we left that Mentat guy laying out in the sands. Then we go see the Mentat guy. Then we have to go down inside the Blushing Cavern. The first step to this mission is the main deserter camp, which is also the first step of the False Flag Strike. If we kill those guys and then take False Flag Strike, it's not going to work. For False Flag Strike, we've got to kill all the people, or like kill enough, not all. You don't have to get the sniper guys, but kill some of the people in the main camp and then kill Cassian, the first person, and take that machine gun and then go do the other one. If we kill all those guys and while we're doing Open Fire operation, when we collect it and then start the mission here, they're going to be dead and they don't come back. We'd actually have to fly out and fly back in, and then it'll respawn them. So in order to prevent that from happening, I'm going to try to get up there and get the little note thing as a pacifist. I'm not going to kill anybody, which is odd for me because that's what I really like doing in this game. Is just, it solves so many problems. You don't have to worry about them following you. You don't have to worry about anything. I did not get any height off of that jump. Boop. Yeah, we just lost a ton of speed too, so screw it. We'll take it on the ground. But I think I know I know exactly where the map thing is. We're just going to come up here and grab it and run away. Alright, ready? Huzzah! Hello, everybody. Don't mind me.
Shield on.
I just need that.
Someone here. Reveal yourself. I need help.
Now, they're not happy with me, that's for sure. But, doesn't matter. That keeps them active for when we do the next one, so... Whoa, it's a win. So interact with this guy. What is going on here? Why does it keep giving me red? I'm going to pick up an item. And I don't have to come over here for the other part of the first mission. So, life is great. That worked out very well. Maybe I could solve all of my missions without bloodshed. That would actually kind of be a cool thing, wouldn't it? Well, except for the ones where you gotta kill people.
There's someone here.
Today's your lucky day, Ringo. Trying real hard to be the shepherd. See if I can do this without getting murdered, because this makes your shield go down and... There we go. So now I just got to get out of the cave and get back to the ornithopter. Which will be fun because, you know, I left everybody alive up here. Would assume they'll be very angry with me. No, they didn't seem to be.
Someone here.
Turning over a new leaf, everybody. Look at that. We no longer need violence to achieve our goals. I did kill that one sniper, and I do feel bad about it now, so we didn't have to do that. Here we go. Look at that. We'll make that number go up. Sure. Now we can come down here, and we can do a false flag strike. It's turning deserters against each other, right? Doesn't matter where it goes. That'll be fine. All right, first step, go kill everybody. Okay, well, our pacifistic ways were very short-lived. I guess we're back in, we're back up on the horse, huh? It's fun while it lasted. I am not getting good jumps anymore. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. Because I'm thirsty? I don't think it would be. So I got to eliminate the deserters. If I had killed them the first run through, they wouldn't be here anymore. And I did this one other time by accident. Thought I killed everybody up here, and I didn't pick up his gun, Cassian's, Vulcan. And I went down and killed all those guys. I was like, why is this mission not progressing? And it's because I never picked the gun up. So I ran up here, picked up the gun. Then it gave me go kill these guys that had already done it. They were dead, and they wouldn't respawn. So I waited for quite a while. They never did come back. So then I was very sad. Hi. But yes, I was very sad and had to go back to the overland map in order for them to show up. As you can see, that line's going up every time I off one of these people. Oops, shoot. You. Ah, there's no way you got me. What's we doing here, bro? Don't shoot me now, it doesn't matter. Perfect. Such garbage.
Eyes on enemy. There's someone here.
I really need to do more deflecting. I can do it. It's like when I overthink it, it doesn't work so well. But when I just... Situation like that. Hi. I don't know why you were stuck up in the air like that. You get to up. You get to go there. I don't know who this is going to pull, but whatever. That's what I should have to do. There, we got some good height there.
Shields up.
Do this and we're out of here. Quick, easy. Easy peasy. Let's go out here. We'll put that. Getting close. And we got 350 XP that we don't need. Okay. So now we knocked those two out. We're going to pick up that last Broodworks mission, which was right here. Boop. We'll accept it. We'll take it there. Why not? Now we're up to 9,000. We almost got 10,000 boating power. The highest I've ever gotten by my little old self here. I think I got like 30-some thousand because I was tagging these things just as they showed up. To the Broodworks for a triple mission, and then we're done. Well, we're done for the night. I still got stuff I got to do. I have not yet decided whether or not I want to head out to the deep desert with my carrier and all that again and collect such things. I've got 2 full crates of plastanium. Yeah, it'd be nice to have 3 and then 4. Gonna take some work to do it. I don't really have too many building queues that I have to go through right now, so it's not such a bad thing. So we might just kind of let nature take its course on that. Get them in small amounts. I could even probably, when I do go out and build out there, we could put our combo base just on the shield wall and just collect, you know, the aero amounts. I'd need spice more than I would need plastanium right now, so that'll be the next thing on the list. Okay, so we've got a triple mission here, and we have to do what? So, decapitation strike's very easy. We got to go kill the sergeant, get his code, call the lieutenant, go kill the lieutenant, go up on the very top, kill the commander, and then we leave. Living off the land is we have to go to the garage, and we got to harvest the fuel cells with the cutter ray, and then we have to go get some water out of a tank, and then we got to break ornithopter before we leave. And shaping operations. I don't actually know what I have to do because I've never done this one for sabotage, or if I did do it, it's been so long. I kind of remember this. This is the first thing we're going to do right now. We're going to take out these snipers, and then we'll see what the next step is. The living off the land, we go to the garage and get fuel cells with the cutter. The next thing we do is get the water tank. The water tank is in the bottom floor of the same building that the sergeant is in for here. So we'll go get the water, then we'll go get this guy, and we'll do the rest of this mission depending on where this takes us. But let's go ahead and shoot some people in the face. I don't know if there's a good spot where we can get all of them. That's a shame. I hope I don't hit the handrail. I hit him. I don't think he died. Yeah, he totally didn't. Oh, we hit the handrail that time. So he let him aim at us, and when he shoots, his shield will drop. He actually hit us there, which I didn't want him to do. But if you just move side to side a little bit, it makes his aim real bad. Then it's real hard for you to get back on track yourself. Let's go ahead. We'll kill that one. We should be able to get this one. I think the original guy might have just died. Nobody doesn't care about us anymore. That's bizarre. He dead now. And this one we can't see from where we're at. So that's a shame. Oh, I'll tell you what, we'll do it this way. Don't normally hang around in the cliffs up here. Ow. Oh, I can see you now, buddy. I'll work on my mouse sensitivity. It's way off. Perfect. Okay. Sabotage the first buggy in the garage. Awesome. Because that is over there, which is the start of the other mission. Out. I'll take it. We're going to do this. And then we're going to hide in here. Let's come over this way. Let's see if we can slingshot ourselves all the way over there. We are moving good, but...
Who's there?
a lot of people over here. Okay, so I thought there was 4 people over here. Should be a melee somewhere. No? Not this time? Okay. We're not going to sabotage... Well, yeah, let's go ahead and sabotage the first buggy. I thought it was this one, but it's not. It's this one. And then the second one is this one over here. It doesn't let you do it in the other order. It's kind of silly. Sabotage the first ornithopter. This part kind of sucks. I remember this mission now. It's horrible. Let's do this, though, because living off the land, and I'll switch it to you. Boop. Starts off right here. Harvest fuel cells. Beep. Beep. There they are. You don't have to take them all. It's good enough. Next thing is some water. Get some water. So the water's coming from this building. Excuse me. We got to go right here on the bottom floor. It's very hard to do this without having to fight, because you can see they're right here. Especially since I like Abel in front of him. And let's see, can we get... Hi, but I don't care about you right now. So we're going to jump down here. Oop, not too far. And this is the sergeant. There we go. Sergeant's killed. Well, now you're getting shot. What are you doing? Get off me! That was clingy. Okay, so now the next step is to go up here and get the lieutenant. But if you'll notice, it says go to the ornithopter crash site. Okay, that is not the one we need to do. That is for living off land. We need to go back to shaping operations and track that. Because we got to break some ornithopters. Luckily, there's one on top of the building that we're heading to. And then there's another 2 of them. One's there and one's up there. And we got to sabotage those. So let's go kill the lieutenant who's in that room. And then we'll sabotage the ornithopter right above him. And that'll be in good shape.
What's your purpose?
Alright, so the lieutenant's in here. He's dead. Normally, I would just run off and go up that way, but because we have this other mission, look at you guys. I like how there's more combat in the other missions. Come on, do your stupid thing. Thank you. That's your fault. She died because of you and your stupid sensor blast. Okay. So here we got to sabotage this thing, and now it's broken. Somebody just threw a grenade at us. The next 2 are all the way up there. That's also where the commander is. For the final mission we're doing. Can I hook to that without hitting it? Yay. Another terrible jump. This will work for now. So what I would normally do is I would just go kill the commander and beep, run out. But since I've got to get those thopters, which everybody's guarding, we're just going to fight our way through this. That person has to go. There's some over here. Hello? No? Just going to let me do it? Alright. No complaints. Wonder what they were doing over here on the side. Okay. So we're going to do this like we would normally do. Let's just ignore all these people outside. We'll go in, we'll kill the commander. He's the flamethrower person right around the corner here. This guy. He's dead. And now we'll just take him on inside of here. It'll make things a little easier on us. Ooh. Oh my gosh, with the sensor blast. Dispenser blast, I'm sorry. Alright, so now they're gone. Come out here and kill this oblivious dude. And you as well, because instead of fighting me, they're going to try to set off the alarm, but it's not going to work. So now that's sabotaged. And the last thing we've got to do... Oh, we got to sabotage an ammo crate down here. That gets us out. We've also got to hit that ornithopter crash site for the other mission. So we just jump off. Leading in with the sensor blast. Okay, let's see. Ammo crate is this one over here. I don't know why I got to sabotage this. I think that one would be the better one. I mean, more there. Alright, this says exit the area. If we go to decapitation strike, it says exit the area. Get my butt kicked here, folks. Okay, so the other two are done. This is the last one we got to do. And that is actually over here. Unless we took too much time, the sniper should still be gone. Boop, hit my head. That ruined everything. It's one of the problems of being able to zip around these maps like this is when you don't, or, you know, you did something wrong. You can't do it. It's so painful. Oh. Okay, so this crashed ornithopter is right up here. The snipers hopefully should be dead. He's not, though. And the snipers are back. So normally that wouldn't be so much of an issue. Great. Freaking handrail, dude. Just like in the movies. Oh, I hit him. I don't actually have to kill this guy. We just want to. Now we need cutter ring. And we got to break this. There's no point in doing this, really. I mean, you can take it apart all you want, but what we need to do is just break this thing down. And now we got to exit the area. And that will be all 3 of these missions. Ah, we're going to try to quit, actually. Ooh, they're mad. And when we land, we should be able to clear off 3 more. Perfect. 1. Dose. And 3. Alright, that's hitting our 2-hour mark, guys. Sorry for the late start. I actually have a PvP event that I'm going to go. I'm not going to be taking part in it. It's happening at 9 o'clock Mountain. If I've done my math right, that's 10, 11 o'clock Eastern. That's too late. I'm not keeping you guys up. That's 2 hours from now. But we'll take some footage from it, hopefully get a video out about it as quick as we can. I'm going to start making a commitment to getting a video out every Thursday. We'll still do the Monday, Wednesday, Saturday streams. We're going to start getting videos out on a schedule. It seems like I operate better on that way, knowing that I've got a commitment beyond just I'll do it, because things happen and I let it go, and that's not what you guys deserve. People are watching this for helpful information and for sheer enjoyment, and if I'm not doing any of that stuff, then what am I doing here? But yeah, so we're going to call it a night here, and we're going to take a look. We have still 12 missions, so we've done quite a bit of damage to that number. And as far as this goes, we are up to 3,000 now, so 8 missions. This one's up to 5. That's a big improvement. 6 right there. And we still only got 2 here. 10,000? Look at us. We're trying to be part of the group. Trying to be part of the cool kids. But yeah, my goal before, well, actually Monday you'll be able to see some of this. I'm going to see if I can get this one all the way up to the 11,000, this up to 11,000, and that. That'll give me 3 vehicle parts that, even though I already have copies of, I'll have more copies. That's never a bad thing. Skill-wise, we are incredibly close to 95. We've covered the halfway point. We are only 200 shy, so 2 missions in combat will be at 95, and then honestly, I probably will try to purposefully not, even when it sets up to be like, you know, I could do 3 in the same spot, start skipping some of the combat missions. Just to give myself a buffer zone for when I have to. For instance, when a mission for one of the combat houses has a piece of equipment or a reward that I want to get. I know I don't have to do them. Like, I can do all the, what is it, the recognition? No, it's not recognition. It's something else. But yeah, the things that allow you to get XP in a skill, one of these skill trees. Once you run out of those, you can still do the mission, still get points towards the Landsraad. I don't have to do it, but I don't like doing these missions in the first place, I'll do them without too much complaint. But it's getting old. And I really don't fancy doing them just to get 1,000 points for a house in order to get a reward. I'd rather work it into, well, I'm already doing it to make my skill go higher. Might as well get some rewards. I don't want to. I don't want to do. I don't want to do these just for 1,000 points. I'm not trying to be mean, but damn. Anyway, that's going to be it for us tonight, folks. So we will have an update on Monday. We don't have a deep desert base to tear down, so that's good. And we'll go over a couple things. I think we covered everything that was in the listing there. Next week, I'd like to put a deep desert base out. It probably would have been a good one to do this week too, because of the way the islands were surrounding a large field. But I kind of like being off the beaten path. That's going to be a lot of traffic in that area. So there's probably, when I went out there, it wasn't too bad, but it was a while ago. But there were already some bases on the islands built. That makes things a little crowded, especially for an idiot like me who's got a huge, massive base. I thought about working on a small little outposty type thing that's literally just for putting raw materials into the cargo container and not bothering to process anything out there. So it'd just be a storage transfer. And those are actually really easy. Just need some walls, some ways to get in, places to park, and storage units. You don't need anything else. So yeah, 1 square, and you don't even need to use all of that 1 square. The biggest issue is you're going to be using a carrier to do it. Well, you have 2 options. You can bring the carrier cargo container out, drop it in, and then leave. Take your carrier back to your Haga base, park it, and then just keep going until you fill it. Once you fill it, go back to Haga, bring it out. Or you could do like I did last week and come out there and not stop doing things until you fill up the cargo container. That may not be the best way. Really, it depends on how much time you got. If you only got a little bit of time each night, maybe just bring that cargo container out there and leave it, at which point you don't have to make a hangar for anything bigger than a scout. Just know that you'll have to make a couple trips. But that's not that big of a deal either. So I'm thinking about that. We're probably going to do that. I'm going to get something that's going to be for one of the islands, titanium or strontium. I guess in this case it'll be strontium island, since titanium we're kind of good on. And we'll test out just how much product we can make with our new water setup. But anyway, thank you so much. I thought everyone was on the same timer. Oh, you mean this timer? This one here? I think it's different for certain time zones. And I think it also depends on where your server's located. But yeah, I got 4 hours and 53 minutes before that cycles. So, John streams. I don't think I've seen you before, so welcome. Or if I have and I'm forgetting about you, I'm terribly sorry. But anyway, that's where we stand. And I think that's actually a good plan for Monday. Is we will go out there, and even though the Coriolis storm is coming, we'll pop in a quick base. Maybe that'll be Wednesday. There's no point in building it and then just breaking it. Of course, we could fill it. Yeah, we might do that. That might be Monday's stream, is filling up a cargo container as quick as we possibly can. But anywho, here's the same, but it's red. Do you have 35 missions, or do you have 0? Because that might be the reason. Let's see. We're gonna see if we have a happy face or a sad. Let me check real quick whether or not I actually want to talk to Mrs. Rabbit about this game. 2-2 in overtime. And it's an elimination game for the Flyers if they lose. It's going to be questionable. It's going to be very questionable. says 0. Okay, that's why, because yeah, you have none, so that's why it's red. Once that timer goes and clicks over, then you'll be at 5 of 35. If I were to do these 12 missions, it would come up red. You can access these, right? Are you you're in a guild, or you made one by yourself? Because that's how you get access to this stuff. But anyway, we're going to call it a night here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some good information, and let's all pour one out for the plant fiber field that just took away from us for no reason. Back to Haga Basin South we go. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share, helps the channel out. And as always, I will see you out there. Take care.